In this brief video, I want to demonstrate how to first do a hot sheet, and then how to do a market watch, and then after that how the two can work together with each other. First, the hot sheet. You're going to want to come in here and customize the hot sheet, because if you don't customize it and you go directly to one of the property types, you're going to get the entire MLS. So hit the customize option. This is going to open up and allow you to choose what property types you do. Either go directly to a certain property type that you like, or use a cross property. I'm going to use the cross property here because cross property is going to allow me to choose multiple property types at one time instead of them separately. Once you choose your property type, then go and edit the criteria for that property type. Here, it's going to ask you to pick your type of changes, your property types that you like, and have you decide what type of geographical location you want your hot sheet to look at. So first, your type of changes. If you don't care about what type of changes you see in your hot sheet, then just don't pick anything, and it'll just assume that you don't care about it. Or maybe you want to look at all types of changes, but not one or two of them. So here's an option you could do. If you pick the first one and hold down the control button and pick the last one, you just picked all types of changes. But if you hold down your control button and you deselect the ones you don't like, now you've got every type of change except for those two that you deselected. There's also another way you could have done the same thing. You could have selected the two that you don't like and then changed the operator down here to OR. And now you're not getting those two types of changes. But in this demonstration, I just want to see all types of changes. So I'm going to leave it like this. Next, you can choose your property types. And like I said, the cross property allows me to pick multiple property types at one time. But here I'm just going to say residential. And then I just want single family and condos. Next, I get to choose what type of geographical location I want my hot sheet to be based off of. I could go in and draw my map shapes around multiple areas that I like. I could use the area fields, the city, the zip code, subdivision, school districts, or county. And in this one, I'm going to say Lucas County. So you define your area or areas that you want. And then when you're done, just hit save. Once you save this, you'll notice you're back out to this screen. So I would recommend next to rename it, because if you don't rename it, you may not know or remember that you actually made a change here. So I'm going to call this one Lucas County and say single family and condo. And I'm going to save it. Next, what I'm going to do is add another cross property one, but this time for Wood County. You'll notice that I cannot do another, or doesn't look like I can do another cross property one. But if I go over here, I can hit the add button, choose cross property again, and add another cross property search or hot sheet. And I can hit the edit criteria, do the same thing. I'm going to just leave this type, change type blank, choose residential, scroll down and pick single family and condos again. But this time in county, I'm going to choose Wood County. And I'm going to save it. And like I did before, how I renamed the one Lucas County, I'm going to rename this one also. But this one will be Wood County. And then save it. Once I have what I have like here, I can move this up and put them right after each other. And you'll notice I still have some other ones here that I haven't really touched. And if I'd like to clean this up a little bit, I can click on one and delete it and get rid of it. And I can always add them back later if I need to. Okay, so now that I got everything gone except for the two that I like, I'm just going to hit done. Now you can see that my hot sheet, I only have two, one for Lucas County, single family and condos, and one for Wood County, single family and condos. And if I choose my time period here, 24 hour, today, 3 days, 7 days, or customize, it will show me by clicking on each one, all in the last 24 hours, all the coming soons, all the new listings, and as I scroll through this, all the type of changes that I had selected. And remember, I didn't select any type of changes, so it's just showing me all types of changes here. If I go back, I can do the same thing for Wood County. Now your time range here, 24 hours, obviously it goes from whatever current time you're looking at today versus the last 24-hour period, so yesterday at the same time. Today obviously is just starting at midnight today and counts and gets higher and higher until it hits midnight and then it recalculates again. 3 days back, 7 days back. This session is a timestamp. What this does, if I use this session and I run it, it timestamps it based off the exact time I'm running it now. So if I log out and I come back in 3 days later and I use this session, it's going to go back to the last time I ran it, which is 3 days ago at this specific time. So if you use a hot sheet a lot, this session could be a very cool feature to use because it'll timestamp it and run it back to the exact moment, exact hour and minute that you ran it previously. So that's a neat feature there. I'm going to change it back to 24 hours though. Now the Market Watch. The Market Watch you hear is a little bit different because now you see the type of changes. It's more visual and graphical, but you'll notice your property types, you can only have one property type. So going by that same theme that I had with my hot sheet, I'm going to have cross property here and customize it. Here I'm going to pick residential and hold down my control button and pick single family and condo. And then I'm going to come over here and do the same areas that I did, which in this case was county. But here, since I only have one cross property, it's very important that I pick both counties here. And that way they can work together with each other, as I mentioned at the beginning. So because I have Lucas and Wood on a hot sheet, I'm going to pick Lucas and Wood here too and show you why I like this option. Come down here and save it. So my criteria for my Market Watch is the same cross property, same area, same single family and condos that my two hot sheets are up above. So what this allows me to do is, without clicking on Lucas County and Wood County, I can tell right now there's 26 new listings in Lucas and Wood County just by looking at this in the last 24 hours because I have 24 hours and 24 hours selected here. If I change it to today, and I change this one to today, without even clicking on those two, I can see that there's 11 new listings in Wood and Lucas County that are single family and condo. So by clicking on this, you can see the 11 here. And then if I go back, you'll be able to see that I can click on Lucas. And if I count these up, and I go back to Wood, and I count those up, I should have 11. So I have 2 here, so that means I should have 9 on the previous screen there. Okay, so that's what the hot sheets and the Market Watch could do for you, working in tandem with each other. And just another little tip here. Let me go back into my hot sheet and show you one other thing I could have done. If I go and add another, this time I'll just say residential and save it. What I could have said also here is edit criteria. And this time I could say, you know what, I just want to see the new listings, single family and condo, and scroll down and pick county and do Lucas, Wood, and save it. And this right here I will rename and I'll call it new listings. Lucas /Wood and save it. So however you want to do your hot sheets here is really up to you. You got multiple ways of doing this. So if I just want to see today and I click on this here, you can see how many new listings I've got. And then you could go down here and see how many new listings I've got there. Hope this little video helps you, and if you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you.